here with Coach Soucy, the head coach for the Tejanos baseball team. And Coach, first of all, before we get started on this year, I'd like to congratulate you on last year's performance. And you had a great team, made a good run. How do you keep that momentum going?
I think just the returners. Again, because last year all those guys were freshmen.
Right.
So now they come back and they're sophomores, and I think if they can step, and they've done a great job this fall going into the spring, if they can continue to step into the kind of a leadership role and talk to those, really mentor those freshmen and some of those kids that transferred in and kind of tell them what it's like, tell them kind of what's expected. The thing is a lot of people knew we were talented the last few years, but we finally kind of kicked down the door and made the postseason and had a really good record, had a great year. So now it's almost an expectation at this point.
Right.
It's if you don't get to the postseason, if you don't have a chance to go to the Super Regional and a World Series, it's kind of a disappointment now at this point. But again, I think the old guys kind of stepping into those leadership roles, I think that's going to be the thing that's really going to help us.
Well, one of the things that I noticed from last year is that your confidence level for your players was really high, especially towards the end of the season. And with looking at the schedule this year, which is a little bit different than last year, how do you try to maintain or keep that the concentration up high?
I was interviewing with K-Fox earlier, and they were talking about obviously we're going on the road weekend 2 and playing good opponents.
Yes.
And again, that's on purpose. That's not by accident. We always try to get tested a little bit, non-conference wise going into conference, because again, you're going to get tested in conference. It's a great conference.
Yes, it is.
Very offensive league.
Challenging.
But yeah, I mean, again, we want to get tested early, and I felt like last year, again, our record was great non-conference, but I didn't feel that we were. We could have been tested a little bit more. I think we got away with some stuff early. Winning tends to mask a lot of things, and we jump into conference and we kind of got thrown some adversity, and things didn't go our way at times. Whereas this year, I want to challenge us a little bit more. So that's why we added Weatherford, Wabash, and
Right.
Salt Lake.
Yeah. And looking at, I see you have a new staff member. You've got a pitching coach. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we hired Ian Campa. He just finished up his playing career at Abilene Christian. He was a 2-year starter for us. I want to say spring of 2022. He was pretty much our best arm. I mean, he threw 70, 80 innings for us. Really good arm. I think he might have been an all-conference guy that year. And then he returned his sophomore year. Same thing, was a starter. Threw 50, 60 innings for us that year. And then he had committed that fall to Abilene Christian University. So he had a really, really good year. His first year, junior year. I want to say he was in the rotation there. So he was first 3 years started in college. And then senior year just kind of dealt with some injury issues, and he was I don't think he threw as much, but again, I think he was just dealing with some injuries and stuff. But yeah, local kid, so Coral High School grad. And I was looking to bring somebody on. I was looking last year to bring somebody on. It just didn't work out. And, this year, Campa, I reached out to Campa. I knew he was going to come back in town, and so kind of gave him that opportunity. He's done a great job so far.
Great. Well, Coach, we're looking forward to the season and wishing you the best of luck.
Sure. Thank you so much.